Yo, Snake, we need to have a chat. What is on your mind? I wanted to talk to you a little bit about your aggression and hostility, violence. What do you mean? What are you talking about violence? What am I talking about? Embershard mine ring a bell? Oh, there's just a bunch of bandits. What is the problem? They weren't just bandits. Those were miners. They're unarmed, hard-working miners just trying to make an honest living slaving in the iron mines. No, they attacked me. Oh, really? Let's take a little trip down memory lane, see if this looks familiar. Remember those two in that first area? Who was it that furied them? I think it was you. And what happened? One of them died. Then you reanimated that one, and it killed the other one. That was all you're doing. What about the one at the cage? You just went up and beat the crap out of him. And then the ones in back, you furied that one and got them all fighting and killing each other, and then you killed whoever was left. So what is your point? My point is, you need to atone for your sins. You need to get to a temple. They don't do temples. No. You need to go atone for your sins. You need to get yourself to a temple, and I know just the place. I told you I don't do temples. No, this is not your ordinary temple. This one is different. You're gonna like this one, trust me. I'm nothing very good standing with the divines. Oh, that won't really be a problem. See, this temple, like I said, it's different. Trust me. Grab your gear and let's go. We got a little bit of a road trip ahead of us. Alright, welcome back to Skyrim. This is Episode 5, the Saga of Snake. I am Necrasin, as always. Take a look at this. Not that. That. Beautiful scene. It is early in the morning, and we are heading out west, near Rorikstead. There is, in fact, a temple there, where our man Snake is going to go and ask for forgiveness and atone for his sins. Well, that's not really the reason we're going there, but, you know, there is some things we need to obtain at this particular temple, and not too worried about Snake's salvation, shall we say. Beautiful scene. Absolutely beautiful. Alright, you know, something that we didn't do yet and we could have. I usually do this pretty early on. There's some bandits close by. We could pay them a little visit. We should get up our little blue friend here. They got a couple of things that are worth grabbing, including a treasure map.
Ain't this bad time to get lost? Die, damn you!
What you gonna?
Oh, did you whoop up on my doggy? Huh. We're almost at that point where our little blue friend there would hardly... Oh, right, torch arrows. Excellent. There's a treasure map, too. Our little blue friend is not getting the job done. but that is okay. It won't be long before I won't even bother grabbing their gear anymore. That is worth a little bit of money, that thing there. And there should be a skill book around here somewhere. There it is. One-handed. Excellent. I'll just be taking that. Okay, we are going to take on Bleak Falls Barrow. That's going to be next episode, but we are going to make our way out west. And we're going to go visit this unusual temple. Little chicken shit quick save there. Hey.
This one has something sweet for the fellow traveler, if it entices.
Yeah? What are you talking about?
The finest skooma, the sweetest moon sugar, at a fair price, of course.
Really? Let's see. I'll tell you what. Why don't you just give me what you have and we both walk away?
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
That didn't hurt to ask. Hey, man. Holy shit. Uh-oh. It might be time for some poison. Just give me what you have. Uh-oh. Oh, man. We're gonna try this again.
Sweet for the fellow traveler, if it entices.
Yeah? Alright. Should have done this before.
The finest skooma, the sweet... Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Never should have come here.
Uh-oh. Come on, Wolfie, help me out a little. Uh-oh. Hang on a second. Ah, damn it. I'm all over the place. Let's get him again. Uh-oh. Oh, balls. Alright, one more time or no? Let's see. Let's see if I can do this without screwing us up. Steel mace. Get him up. Frostbite venom. You know what? Let's do this first. That's not what I want.
This one has something... The finest skooma. Yeah, that's not going to happen.
You're looking a little slow, man. Let's give him a little frostbite venom. Told you should have just given me what he had, you know what I mean? I got it anyway. Oh, man. Sometimes you just have to you know, keep trying different things. It really wasn't worth the payoff, that I don't think. But still, I think it's good occasionally that you get your ass beat and you start trying different things, because I think it kind of teaches you to take a look at everything you have. Look at, what do you have for poisons? It's like, I knew I had the frostbite venom, and I looked in there again. I thought, oh, I got slow. Well, that'll help. I keep him off my ass, maybe. I probably should have hotkeyed those poisons. I just could have hit him with one and switched to the other one. But, that's fine. Alright, this is a bit of a walk here. Oh wait, there's some silver over here. We gotta go grab this stuff. It is relevant to where we're going. There it is. There's two of them right here. So this is what silver looks like with the refinery mod. Interesting. Yeah, give me some gems, man. I'm all about the gems. Bastard. I get really salty when these ore veins don't give me gems. That's something you should probably know. Now, just get used to the fact that I'm going to be cranky if I don't get one. Come on. Bastard, twice. Alright, back on the road. We do have a bit of a trip ahead of us. There's always something hanging around over here. Yeah, it's Maik. Let's go see what he has to say. Oh, Maik, what's crappening, shithead?
Maik wishes you well.
Thanks.
How does anyone know there was a city of Winterhold? Maik did not see it with his eyes. Did you?
I only saw what's left of it. What else you got?
What does this mean to combine magic? Magic plus magic is still magic.
Yeah, I could show you, but I don't think you're going to like it.
Too much magic can be dangerous. Maik once had 2 spells and burnt his sweet roll.
That's because you combined magic. See how that works? Ah, Lakeshore Cabin. Who's that wandering around my house, man? Get off my property. Oh, you're the
You're not
hunter.
afraid you'll set fire to something?
We'll set fire to your ass if you don't get off my property. Butterflies. The blue ones are so helpful. If you're wondering what those skeletons are, I have them disabled. But there are some wolves over here. Let's go deal with them. Or something over here. I don't know if necessarily wolves. It looks kind of bright and hazy out today, isn't it? Ah, freaking skeever. That's alright. Skeever tail is an alchemical ingredient. There is another armor mod that's in a chest on that little island right there where the Lady Stone is. And you can see something moving around. I think it's a werewolf. Actually, there's 2 of them. We're not going to try and take that on. I mean, Akaji with some skooma kicked my ass twice. Or was it 3 times? I don't know. You get your ass kicked a lot, you tend to lose track. These 2 buildings, these are interesting. These are part of Clarolux. I've come through here sometimes and these buildings aren't here. And these carts, and then I come through other times and it's here. It's very strange how it does that. So you notice I haven't said anything about this particular temple we're going to. Now, regulars to the channel, you may know, you may have seen it, you may know what it is already. Well, they haven't talked about it a whole lot. So it'll be a bit of a surprise. Oh, there's always somebody wandering around here.
Come along, no more stops. We need to find our way to Solitude.
This
Why
is-
are we even going to a wedding at this
That's the
far
dude
flung
in my
area
last
anyway?
playthrough. The
told
bodyguard
you,
for
it's the
these two
wedding
that
of
kept
Victoria's
attacking me
Merchant,
for
an
some
extremely
reason. I have no idea
well-connected
why.
merchant with the East Empire Company.
But every time I'd see him, he'd attack me. It's in the Just for the Lulz videos. There's a few cutscenes of that, and I'm like, what is this dude's problem? I'd kill him, and then later on I'd run into those two again, and they got a new bodyguard, and he'd attack me, and we'd repeat the process.
All right, hand over your valuables, or I'll gut you like a fish.
Walk away, now.
Nice try, but you don't scare me. I'm not going to ask again.
Okay.
Don't you walk away from me.
Hey, man. Poison time. Let's get some slow on her for starters. And some frostbite venom.
That's
Nice, a garnet. Thank you. Just lay there and twitch like the wolf. So I had to utilize my my custom custom greater power. See, Ancestor's Wrath is kind of crap, so I made my own custom greater power, although I did not fix the text on it. But what it does is it has a 50-foot radius and an explosion, and anything in that range gets set on fire. And they take 5 points of fire damage per second for, I think I set it for 30 seconds. And it boosts your destruction spells by 50% for 30 seconds. So it's pretty potent. So no doubt we're going to run into a few wolves on the way. Come here, damn it. I need you guys. Oh, I said the blue ones are more valuable. But you can make health potions with the yellow ones, and wheat, or let's see, what else? Blisterwort. Those are a couple of items that you can combine with the yellow butterfly wings. And I think you can make... I'm not sure. There's a fortified barter potion. Okay, we've got 3 wolves up there. Let's see if we can take one of them out quick before the other 2 close in. Three up, 3 down. There you are. Alright, so this is the Temple of the Holy Light. And we've come to this place to get some spell tomes. Now, I know it said it was for old Snake to atone for his sins, but this is kind of a different temple right here. This one has a shrine to Stendar. Was it Stendar? I can't even remember. Yeah, shrine to Stendar, but also a shrine to Meridia. And it's very, very rare that you would ever find a shrine to an Aedra and a shrine to a Daedra in the same place. But there's a backstory behind it. Why are these arrows on the ground? But we're going to take these. These are Sunfire arrows. These things are excellent. Sunfire arrows. Burns undead targets for 20 points of sun damage. This is going to be very helpful. You can tell already, we're going to Bleak Falls. There's going to be undead in there. Dagger of the Righteous. Yoink. The Dagger of the Righteous is a dagger with a unique sun damage enchantment on it. Actually, let's read it. Right here. Burns the target for 12 points of sun damage. This enchantment only affects the undead. It does not affect the living. The enchantment, a weapon obviously will, but we want to disenchant this one so we can put this enchantment on any weapon we want. And there's spell tomes all across here. Lots and lots and lots of spell tomes. We're not going to grab these, though, because there's another copy of all these downstairs. And we also have some staves here. Staff of Novice Sunbeam. Yoink. That's going to be helpful. Staff of Novice Sunburst. And there are more spell tomes here. There are some unenchanted staves right there. Conjuration and Restoration. And we have a unique power here in this spell tome. This is the Invocation of Stendar. We'll read that one in a second. Let's head downstairs. Okay, now we only want... Let's see, we'll take the Banish spell. This mod comes with some conjurable characters too, and they are... there's two varieties. You've got 2 apprentice level, 2 adept level, and 2 expert level. And there'll be one that's a battle mage, or I guess just a warrior. It's technically a battle mage, I guess, and one that's just a pure mage. So the let's see. The Luminary is the apprentice level mage. And let's see. Boy, I can't remember now. Let's see. We already picked up Invocation of Stendar. Guardian of Soul, I think, is the apprentice level warrior. Cleric of Stendar, Holy Crusade. Yeah, I think it's a Guardian of Soul. Alright. I'm not going to grab all these other spells because they're pretty overpowered at this point in the game. I just want the novice levels. Sunbeam, Sunburst, and wait a minute. Oh, that's right. There is no there's a Sun Cloak, but there's no novice level Sun Cloak. That is all we're going to take right now. So let's read these books. Let me give you a little demonstration of what these spells do. These are restoration spells. Now, in the base game, they don't give you very much for restoration spells that actually do damage. So when you're going up against the undead, you don't have a whole lot to work with. I mean, you just have pretty much your base game stuff, even though they have a weakness to fire. No weakness to sun. So this mod fixes that. So we have in the right hand this is Sunbeam. And let's look at the specs on this. Sunbeam. A beam of sunlight that does 10 points of damage per second to undead. And only undead. It will not even aggro the living. And then we've got novice level Sunburst, which does 16 points of damage to undead. I think these are being modified a little bit because of my restoration level. We'll worry about that later. But this is Sunburst. So it's just like Firebolt, but it's sunlight. And the way these spells are made, it actually does a little more damage than fire. So they're more efficient for the undead. But they only work on the undead. They won't even aggro the living. Now before we head out, all this stuff up here is static, but there are 2 books here. This one is The History of the Temple of Holy Light. Explains why it's here and why you've got Meridia and Stendar and all that. And we have another book here called The Secret of Silver. This is actually a skill book. But I'm going to read this one because it's kind of funny. So I'll try and get through it as quickly as possible. But it is kind of funny. I was an upstart blacksmith in Whiterun. Having quickly learned the art of crafting iron weapons and armor, I was feeling quite confident in my skills and even began smithing silver jewelry. One day, 2 of my friends who were town guards approached me. "Oris," they said, "we need your help." "Sure. What do you need?" I asked. "Last night we encountered some vampires. It was all we could do to drive them off. We could really use some weapons made of silver to give us an edge." I thought about it for a few seconds. "No problem, guys," I said. "I've been working with silver lately. I'm sure I can craft some fine silver weapons for you." "That'd be great," he exclaimed. "Anything to give us some help the next time we run into some of those bloodsuckers." "Give me a few days and I should have them ready," I said. I immediately went to work making the new silver weapons. A number of days later, I had just finished the swords when my friend stopped by. "Ah, just in time," I said. "Take a look at these." "Will this do the job?" I asked. "Wow, Horace, these look great. Now we can give those abominations a real fight." "Thanks a lot, Horace," they said. About 2 weeks had gone by when my friends approached me again. "Horace," they shouted, "look at these. How are we supposed to fight off anything with weapons like these?" "What do you mean?" I asked. "What happened? What happened? Look at these swords. They're all bent out of shape. It looks like a giant letter S. We can't fight with these." I picked up one of the swords and couldn't believe my eyes. They were right. The swords were in fact very badly bent and misshapen. "What did you do?" I asked. "We used them. We ran into some vampires again. We could tell the silver was very effective, but this is what happened to them during the fight." I'm not sure what happened. I was thoroughly embarrassed and ashamed. I always took great pride in my craft, and to see these weapons get so disfigured after just one battle was humiliating to say the least. "Don't worry, guys. I'll fix this. Just give me a few days. I'll make it right, I promise." I marched straight up the hill to talk to Yorland Greymane. "Yorland, I have a question, sir." "What is it, lad?" "I made some silver swords for some friends of mine in the town garden. The first time they had to use them, this is what happened." I held up one of the swords. "What did I do wrong?" "Can't say. Silver is a tricky metal to work with. Very few blacksmiths know the proper procedure to craft effective weapons from silver." "Do you know how?" I asked. "No," he said. "Do you know anyone who does?" "The only person I've heard of is someone named Grodish who lives in a small village outside the Imperial City in Cyrodiil." I wasted no time in packing up some things and began the long trip to Cyrodiil. I finally arrived at the village described by Yorland. One of the locals pointed me towards a blacksmith shop. As I approached, I chuckled. Sorry, this is funny. I chuckled to myself. A very elderly orc woman was frantically pounding away on an anvil. For a moment, I thought about making some snide comment, but thought better of it. "Excuse me, ma'am. Do you know where I can find Master Grodish?" I asked. It's Grodash, and you're looking at her, she said. You? But What's the matter, boy? Sabercat got your tongue? Well, no, I just thought that, You thought what? That a master blacksmith had to be a man or younger? No, leave it to me to insult the one person I traveled so far to see and ask for help. I'm sorry, master. Please forgive my rudeness. I've traveled all the way from Skyrim, and I desperately need your help. It's fine, she said. I'm used to it by now. So what brings you to me? Well, I made some silver This still cracks me up. Well, I made some silver swords for a couple of my friends in the town guard. And the first time they actually had to use them, before I could finish my sentence, Master Grodash had a smirk on her face and was nodding her head. She chimed in. Let me guess, the swords got all bent and disfigured, right? Yes, I exclaimed. That's exactly what happened. What did I do wrong? It's the secret of silver. The secret of silver, I asked? I don't understand. Of course you don't. Your weapons are proof of that. Sorry. Okay. May I ask what the secret of silver is? Where is your blacksmithing skill at this point? Well, I can make some fine iron weapons and armor. Also, I've been making silver jewelry lately. So, you just figured since you can make weapons and armor from iron and jewelry from silver, you can make weapons out of silver as well. Am I right? Yes, I said. But that obviously didn't work. Have you mastered steelsmithing yet? No, not yet, I replied. And there's your problem. I don't understand. What does steel have to do with silver? The secret of silver, she paused for a moment, is steel. Steel? Now I was thoroughly confused. That's right, boy. Silver is too soft and malleable to use as a weapon, but it's fine for jewelry. If you want a strong silver weapon that's good for anything more than a display case, you have to give it a steel core. I stood there in stunned disbelief. I'd never heard of such a thing. So how exactly do you give a silver weapon a steel core, I asked. First, you make the weapon out of steel. Then you encase the weapon in silver. You have to heat both metals to the proper temperature to make them bond. But once they do, you'll have the strength of steel with the effects of silver. She continued for some time, going into more detail about the procedure, some of which was well beyond my current knowledge. Master Grodash, would you be willing to teach this process to me, please? I asked, nearly begging. Perhaps. But what is it that you truly hope to accomplish? My friends need my help. The vampire problem in Skyrim, in Skyrim is getting worse. I worry about them all the time, and I've already let them down once. Your concern for others is admirable. I can help you, but I will need 3 things from you. Anything at all, I said. First, you must be completely committed to learning this process. The second thing I'll need from you is time. This sort of skill takes time to master. What's the third thing you need from me? Coin, of course. Nobody works for free, you know. I agreed immediately and handed over as much coin as I could spare. Come back tomorrow morning and we'll begin. And with that, the process of solving the secret of silver began. Alright, entertaining little... that just still cracks me up. The reason that's there is because this mod allows you to craft silver swords, silver great swords, and silver bows. But you need the steel smithing perk in order to do it. So that's why the book is there. It kind of explains why you need the steel smithing perk. And there you go. So we can actually make a silver bow, which would be really helpful, especially with those sunfire arrows when we go to deal with some undead. And since we're going to be taking on Bleak Falls Barrow, it wouldn't hurt to have some spells that do sun damage. Maybe we can craft a silver bow. We've got the sunfire arrows. We've got a way to deal with the Draugr that we know we're going to run into. I'm actually only worried about the boss. The other ones aren't too much of a problem. Let me grab these butterflies real quick. These things are so valuable. I mean, to the alchemist. Let's make our way back to Riverwood, and we're going to head up the hill. We're not going to clear Bleak Falls Barrow this episode, but we're going to head up the hill, probably to the watchtower, and we'll go whip up on those boys. There we go. Man, nighttime graphics are looking pretty spiffy here. What time is it? 9 p.m. We're going to head up the hill anyway. This is where, what's her name? Lucan's sister. She doesn't have a name. It's just Lucan's sister. This is the way she said to go. We're going to head up this way. We'll go clear out the riffraff at the tower. Now that Snake has atoned for his sins, he can start over. Is the wolf respawned? Nope. All these creatures and, you know, bad guys, bandits, whatever that we end up taking out, they will respawn if you're away from that area long enough. So even though we've taken out those bandits at Embershard, they'll be back. Which is a good thing, because, you know, Embershard is fun, and the iron will also respawn, so we have reason to go back. Alright, now we might have some arrow slinging dick up here, but we'll try to keep our distance from that one. You know, I have an idea. Not that one. 2 longbows. I thought I had a hunting bow. Guess not. Let's see. Yeah, iron arrow. That's fine. Let's get this guy coming over here.
Go ahead.
You were saying? Your aim is worse than mine. Ouch. Take out your dagger.
Victory is yours. I submit.
You know, I should have unloaded. Yep, I knew it. Okay, here, take some. I should have unloaded this stuff when we were passing Emberwood. Yeah, here, have a warhammer. There's another guy upstairs. Bag of money. Mine.
Is someone there? You'll be so much easier to rob when you easily buffed.
Oh, this is going to put me over encumbered again. Well, there's nothing here that... Hey, you know what? We'll just let it go. I think I've got enough cabbage. Uh-oh. Sack of flour. Well, no, it's a sack of shit. I'm sorry, I have to do that. It's in my contract. You understand, right? Another warhammer. Well, I got a little bit of room since I dropped that one. Do you have anything that's really worth carrying around? I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that. That's it. Alright, I tell you what. Off camera, I'll go back to Emberwood Bar. I'll unload all this gear, because we'll be picking up some more stuff when we get into Bleak Falls Barrow. But that is going to be the next stop. So, that will do it for now. Thanks for watching. Take it easy, and I shall see you next episode.